Why do we say it? Stories behind the world, stories behind the words, expressions, and cliches that we use. You know, I'm hoping to find bigger than beans. Published. It says 1985 by Castle Books. It's alphabetical type. Alphabetical. How do you say that word? It's alphabetical. I can't even say the word. That's cool. So you can find something. I do not see bigger than beans in here. All right. A1. Why do we use A1 to mean the very best? Because when the marine insurance firms of London started the association, later to become known as Lloyd's, they also started a register of ships and shipping in which the condition of the ships and their cargo was noted. The ships were graded by letter, the cargoes by number. A, if the ship itself was perfect. 1 meant that the cargo was perfect. I don't know, well, I immediately think of A1 sauce. Interesting. Back. What is the reason we say that a person who is surprised is taken aback? It's a nautical term. When the sails of a square-rigged sailing ship is suddenly carried by the wind back against the mast, as sometimes happens in a strong gale, the ship is taken aback and stopped dead. So, too, a person halted abruptly by some new development is taken aback. I'm thinking of myself. I can feel the onset of a possible anxiety attack coming on. That's me. I'm abruptly taken aback. Abacus. Where did we get the name abacus for the counting device used by the Chinese and others? The device takes its name from the ancient Venetian word abac, meaning dust, because the mathematicians of that day used to cover tables with dust in order to draw their diagrams and figure their problems. Abeyance. What is the reason we say that something held up is held in abeyance? It's because abeyance literally means hold your mouth open. The word comes from the French bailler, to gape, and the allusion is to those who, while waiting for something to happen, stand with their mouths open. Above board. Why is an honest person said to be above board? That's because card sharps and magicians place their hands under the board or table to prepare their tricks and stack the deck. If they keep their hands above the board, they can be presumed, not always accurately, to be proceeding without trickery. Oh, that's interesting. But now it makes sense. Abracadabra. Where did we get that magical word abracadabra? This Kabbalistic word, said to have been the name of the supreme deity of the Assyrians, was recommended by Q. Severus Sammonicus as a charm against argue and flex. If written on a piece of paper hung around the neck in the form of abracadabra, I don't understand that. They wrote it like in a abracadabra, abracadabra. Oh, abracadabra. I don't get it. Abraham's bosom. Why are good people who died supposed to rest in or on Abraham's bosom? Because it indicates the just desert. Because it indicates the just desert. Because it indicates the just deserts of the holy. It was the custom among the ancients for a person to allow their friend to recline on his bosom while eating. Only the dead who have gone to heaven and there been welcomed by Abraham could hope to recline on his bosom. In ancient times, a person was allowed a dear friend to recline on his bosom while eating. Interesting. Accost. What is the reason a person who speaks to you without introduction is said to accost you? I've said that a couple of times, but like I remember as a young person, I said I was just minding my own business and I was accosted. It's because he usually sidles up to you. The Latin word for side is costa, and accost literally means at the side. Yeah, they kind of like sneak up on you. That's interesting. Achilles heel. Why do we use the phrase Achilles heel to refer to a man's vulnerable spot? Because Achilles' vulnerable spot was his heel. According to Greek mythology, Thetis, the mother of Achilles, dipped him into the river Styx in an attempt to render him invulnerable. Fortunately, she held him by his heel as she did so, and thus his heel became his one vulnerable spot. Achilles died of a wound received from an arrow shot into his heel. That was terrible. Oh my goodness.